Hello, students. This is our third session, the third online session for the subject of industrial safety. This subject is for the students of civil engineering and mechanical engineering. And here they will be discussing all the topics that is required to be completed as per GTU syllabus. So the topics that are covered in this sessions, this online session, will be in synchronization with the GTU syllabus. So we have already done the two sessions of digital safety. The first was the introductions. Then next session we have discussed regarding the uh, mechanical hazard. So today we will be proceeding with our next topics in of the industrial safety. Okay. So this basically we are in module one only, and we have completed few topics. We will be proceeding. Yeah, next. Yes. So basically, today the topic that is equal to be covered in our session will be electrical hazards. Okay. So what is electrical hazards? Means basically the hazard that has been caused because of the passing of the electric current from the equipment or the machine to the person who is working or operating with that machine. So when the electricity passes from the electrical equipment to the person, then person might get a shock, and the thing that is being created because of the shock will be nothing but a hazard. Hazard will be related to the life of the people, means the life or the person who is operating that machine, his life will get endangered. The working of the machine will get also obstructed, and by this the life of the, we can say, the design life of the equipment can be reduced. So this is all. This is just a brief introduction. We will be discussing more in this coming slides. Shock is an electrical current passing through a human body. Obviously, the shock is generally created because of the passing of the electrical current through the human body. Means a person who is means we can say that if some casualty has occurred in the equipment or the instrument, and it is not being able to pass the current properly. So if it is not being able to pass the current properly, then it will be regaining or retaining some current. So the person when come in contact with that equipment, then he will get that electric current that is being retained into this machine, and as a result of this, it will pass through that body. And when it is passed through a human body, we can say that we can call it as a shock. Okay, now next. The quantity and the path of this current will determine the level of the damage. Means you can say that what is the direction, what is the movement, what is the path. Okay. Whether it is a more zigzag or a direct path, such kind of things will determine the level of the damage that the electricity has occurred into the human body. The electrical hazard occurs when a person come in contact with the conductor carrying an electric current. Simultaneously, the electric current that occurs into the person when he comes in contact with the conductor carrying that current. And as a result of this contact, the electricity which is in that conductor will transfer into the body of the person who is working with it. So this is how the electrical hazard can occur. Now, what are the major causes of the electrical hazard? So there are many major causes for the electrical hazard. So first is the contact of the base wire carrying the current. We used to see that there is a base wire which is carrying the current. Then in this base wire, when the electricity is passing, means it is generally uh, having the electricity passing through it. So when a person come in contact with that base wire, then by this contact, the person can get a shock. Next is working with the electrical equipment that lacks with the label of the safety inspection. So it is necessary that equipment which has current should have a label. Means a safety label is required to be provided in each and every electrical equipment so that the person can come to know that what, how, we can say that what and how the ways are there to deal with that equipment. Means you can say that when there is a situation of a dangerous current arises, then what is required to be done? That will be shown from the label. And if the equipment has no label, then the person will not be able to deal with it in the extreme condition. So because of this, the damage can take place. Next is electrical equipment that has not been the properly grounded. So it is necessary that every electrical equipment, the wiring should be in such a way that it should be properly grounded. We can say that it should be properly earthening should be provided to the equipment so that the electricity will safely pass from it. Means we can say that it can easily or safely pass through the machine to the ground and it will be absorbed into the ground. If the proper earthing is not being provided, then proper passing or absorption of the electricity will not take place. And if electricity is not properly grounded, or it is not properly earthen, or it is not properly absorbed by the ground, then it will be retained to the equipment. And once the person come in contact with that equipment which is not properly earthened, then he can get a dangerous shock from that equipment. And as a result of that, the life of the person can get into the endangerment. Okay. Next is working with the electrical equipment on the dam floor. So this is the most normal thing, most uh, foremost thing that is required to be done when an equipment is placed on the floor. When particularly we can say that an electrical equipment is placed on the floor, it is necessary that the floor should never be remain wet. It should be properly dried. It should not be have any kind of dampness into it because you all know that electric current passes very quickly through the water. Means it can easily catch up the dampness and it can pass easily through the dam. So it is necessary that the floor should be dried. Other sources are metal ladders. We can say that using a metal ladder to work on the electric equipment. For example, we can say that lighting poles. If the person want to maintain or repair the lighting pole, then he can reach to the height of the lighting pole with the help of the ladder. Now, the ladder should be made in such a way that its material should not have consist of any conductor. It is necessary the material of the ladder should be an insulator. It is the non-conductor because by this the electricity will not pass through the metal. As a result of that, the person who is climbing to the required height with the help of the ladder will not get damaged. Next is the lightning strikes. That we have already discussed that the lightning strikes can take cause the major hazard. Next is working on an electrical equipment without ensuring that the power has been shut off. Now, when working with an electrical equipment without ensuring that the power has been shut off, can cause a great damage to the persons and people. So it is necessary that whenever repairing work is got to be done, whenever the uh, maintenance work is required to be done, it should be done in such a way that first of all the power of that electricity should be shut off, and after that only we need to do the required work. Improper wiring. Improper wiring is the mm, most reason that cause the shock. Means that cause the electrical hazard. One common mistake is to jump the ground wire to the neutral line. So this is a way where the improper wiring used to takes place. As a result of this, the shock is occurring. If the neutral circuit becomes corroded or the loose, then the voltage on the ground wire increases to the dangerous level.